game. Freeze the dud, freeze. Had to freeze the lane, freeze. Camera phone. Turn your lights off. We've been on. Came from my block.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
That's mine. Yeah.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Sloan. That's complete to John Ross. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, Sloan. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sloan. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Play action. Sloan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Rodgers. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 13 yards on his first catch. Hits a 1st down as well.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And it's caught by Parker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Drake Kirkpatrick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week talk in our meetings. We need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Looking to throw on second down. Sloan going deep downfield for Rowe. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Well, the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
Detroit! Detroit! Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Sloan. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the catch made by Walters. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Here's a give to Fournette. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away at it. Ball's incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Connor. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Off the play fake. Sloan. Going up top. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Sloan. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off play action. Sloan. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the return will stop right around the 25. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now Rodgers. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. On first down, Sloan. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off the play fake. Sloan. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on second down, Sloan. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bengals add on to their lead.
heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, check 26. Gun.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Willis in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The rush defense scout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, here's Bernard. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Operating from the gun. Sloan eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
Well, now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They run with Connor. And some space here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run with Walton. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Looking to throw on second down. Sloan. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Sloan. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Parker, the intended target. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on his...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Zoom.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Let's go, come on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We are going. Wide left.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And his pass incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Rodgers throwing on 3rd and long. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Following the fumble recovery, Sloan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On play action, Rodgers. It's complete to Parker, left side. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And throw right side complete to Parker. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. And he knocks it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace. I am speechless. I am without speech. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Off-play action. Sloan going deep downfield for Ross. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield? I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
319!
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning. Is it a positive? It is a positive. Okay. About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them. It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And over the middle, this is Parker. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A pitch out to Drake. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful throw.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he fires one incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Back to throw. Sloan. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Sloan. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Sloan. Looking deep downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
On 1st and 10, Sloan. That is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Sloan. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. To throw is Rodgers. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed up? And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon. And they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on first down. Sloan. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Dancing to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Walters to return it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Rodgers now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the left side here for Eifert. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. I cannot put no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and these models are it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty ought to be my, me like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. There's no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life. Dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a ball.